since we now have the dungeon item in hand, there really is only one thing left to do in this dungeon, and that is to tackle the dungeon boss. We still have quite a ways to go, but first we need to do some backtracking. Just head back to the west, break these blocks, try to avoid these bots. Again, it's not worth rushing through this because you might get hit by one of these bots and it like recoils you back, and there's these lava pits on the ground which are very conveniently placed, I suppose, for the enemies, where it's very easy to just fall in and lose a life just like that. You'll get back to these wolf heads, and if you haven't gotten annoyed by these wolf heads yet, I assure you, you will be annoyed in just a minute because, well, you'll see. They're coming up. There's this really annoying portion. At least, unlike the tin suits, they actually give you 5 XP, so it's. I guess it's not completely worthless. Anyway, kill the red iron knuckle. You'll see an elevator. We're gonna come back to it. We need to get a key that's further to the west. Just kill this another iron knuckle here, and continue along to the west. And this is that screen I was referring to. There is wolf heads that constantly come and just, try to. They just constantly appear. And there's a key at the bottom of this area here. And basically, there's multiple ways we can go about getting this key. First of all, we're going to have to break blocks, so just use the downward thrust here. Now at this point, you can actually use the jump spell and make somewhat like a staircase to get out of this area, or you can just go back to the left and then use the jump spell and go to get all the way to the top, or you can do what I'm doing, which is sort of the long way, but you don't have to use any magic. And I chose this route because if you look at my magic meter, I have no magic right now, so I just have to slowly but surely break all the blocks and just continue heading to the east. For whatever reason, a wolf head appeared on the right, on the left, even though I never really turned to the left. So I had to go back and kill those ones, but now I'm continuing along. And like I said, these guys just keep coming, and like when they appear on both sides, it's really hard to avoid some of the balls they shoot out at you. On the flip side, you could eventually get a magic jar like this one, and I was able to fill up some of my points, but look at this, man. I'm just getting crushed. They're all over the place. So I suppose the better option is to use the jump spell on the left side and get out of here quickly. But if you like doing things the hard way, like me apparently, you could just go through it, and I'm almost at the end. And one of the other flip sides, like I've killed maybe, I don't know, 30 of these, 40 of these wolf heads, so each one of them gives me 5 experience points, so it does add up a little bit. Now we're out of that mess, we can make our way back to the right, and we have more tin suits to deal with, but we'll eventually get to the elevator, and now we can finally head down the elevator. You can use the key that we just got on the locked door here, and continue along to the east. There's a few enemies here. You could actually use your you can use your jump spell because there's a points bag up top here that we can't get otherwise. And there's also a doom knocker here, which is I have the option of upgrading here, and I'm going to choose to upgrade the sword because it makes the boss battle with the blue iron knuckle much easier. But alternatively, I could have waited and upgraded the higher ones because, like, at this point we're near the end of the boss. We're near the boss, so we're not going to get to the 2200 experience points. So we're only going to be able to upgrade after we defeat the boss. Anyway, I completely avoided the blocks on the left because all it leads to is a points bag, and like I said, we're not going to get to the 2200 limit right now, so there's really no point in trying to level up by killing enemies. So like I'm going to avoid that blue iron knuckle over there, and as you can see further to the right on the lower floor, which I also bypassed, you'll be able to see that there's a points bag that'll give you some more experience plus another red iron knuckle. If I was closer to an upgrade, I would take the time to defeat these enemies. But now here we are at the boss, and it's basically nothing more than a blue iron knuckle. The only difference is that it comes in on this floating horse, sort of like a chariot. Just once it comes in, use the downward thrust and hit him in the head. I was able to get him in the corner, so I hit him multiple times in a row. Also, use the shield spell if you haven't already. And now it's just like a regular battle with a blue iron knuckle. Now that I have the level 5 sword and it's a more open area, I was able to crush him rather quickly. He could be challenging though, so use your shield spell. Finally, let's go. Let's place the crystal in, and now we will upgrade to 2200 experience points. So we'll be able to upgrade to the next level of Believe Magic. And that'll pretty much do it for the Island Palace. And join me next time for Chapter 4, and we'll make our way to East Hyrule.